very good evening and welcome to Nosweat. Are we back, baby? Episode number 10, and it's gonna be a really a good one. My name is Themba Madima, and I'm not alone. With me to my left, I've got Irvin Schmidt. Smitty, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, Thames. Like I said, you've asked me a couple of times how I'm doing today. I've seen you the whole day, but I'm doing fairly well. And you?
I'm good. I guess the viewers don't know how you're doing, but we'll keep it going. To my right, writing extraordinaire, Wesley Button. Wesley, how you doing?
I'm awesome, Themba. Thank you for asking. And I haven't seen Themba at all today. Themba and Owen work together in an office, and I just popped in for a visit.
Awesome to have you here, Wesley. You know that you've become a familiar face when it comes to athletics. Trusted with your pen. It's almost like a sword when you get into it. Cuts deep, but that's how the way we like it. It is the Nosweat podcast, episode 10. Can you believe it? Feels like we've been around for quite a while, but so good to be back again.
It's actually, when I looked at the facts right now, it's actually episode number 15, but it's 10 of Nosweats. The other ones was with the APCO awards that we had, but yeah, it's episode 10 of this style, the new refreshed version.
Oh, yes.
Ready for Olympics.
It's all about Olympic Games, and we're getting ready for what's going to be an amazing time. I mean, that's what everybody's talking about. 8 days to go is the countdown to the official Olympic Games. A bit more days to go before we get to the actual track and field action, which is what we say.
Olympics starts the second, right?
Yeah, the second.
On a Friday.
That is correct.
But a race walk, something like that.
Yeah, so...
does that count?
Like we said,
I don't want to say it, but I'm asking, does that count?
Isn't that in your medal predictions?
No, let's not even go there. Wayne Snyman, I think. No, he's not there. I was going to say Wayne Snyman's
so
there.
We're going to run through the team here in a bit, I guess.
Yeah, we have no walkers. So we'll have to wait.
He was on fire a while ago.
Yeah, he made an awesome comeback for someone who retired. He's walking pretty well, but I don't think he qualified for the game. So I don't think we have any walkers. So maybe for us it doesn't count.
So it's
right?
you say that it's an off day of Olympics.
Yeah, I'm not saying race walking doesn't count. I'm just saying that it doesn't count for us because we don't have anybody there.
That's correct. You know, we always say Olympics don't start until the athletics gets going. So that's what we're looking forward to, the track and field action. And we're going to get straight into it by just looking into the team, but also just getting a feel. Medals is what we're looking at, guys. I know everybody's usually afraid. Hey, no predictions. I don't want to say anything. Wesley, let's put it out there. Predictions. Let's not beat around the bush. Any predictions for medals? How many medals? Just put it out there. Don't even hold back.
This is the only thing we practiced before this podcast. So I've changed my mind.
Oh,
in the practice
unfair.
thing.
That's unfair. You're messing with the content.
No, I had a chance to think about it. In the practice thing, I said 3. I take it back. I say 2.
Oh, it's
2
gone
medals.
down.
Okay, what 2? Let's jump into
I say 4. Let's
Okay.
rather put it there first.
Oh,
I
wow.
say 4. Let's go all out.
4's optimistic. 4's
Rassi didn't take his box to go and hopefully win. He went to win.
Yeah,
no
that's
participation medals, is it?
Let's go all out.
Okay, so I have a colleague, I'm not going to name him, but he reckons that if you take your best medal opportunities, right, like realistic people who are actually among the real international contenders in their events, not like outside contenders, you take those, you cut it in half, and that's how many medals you'll get. And it's pretty accurate, like it actually works. So
So he's moneyballing it.
Yeah, something
He watched
like
the
that.
movie Moneyball.
Yeah.
So he's got a proper statistical breakdown of how do you medal or how do you gamble on medaling. How do you predict medals?
It's a legit process, and it works. Like it's actually worked the last few games. So, in my mind, we have 4 realistic, genuine
Chances,
medal
yeah.
contenders, and so I'll cut that in half, and I'll say
I
we get 2.
would have loved, but I'm not 100% sure of his form at the moment. Carl Blichnout. I would have loved to see his name up there because he had such a great Olympics on the previous one. I don't know about his form, then I would have said 5. Just give the guy a little boost. But no, I'll stick to 4. So let's say I go to 5, I moneyball it to 4. No, I'm
That's
sticking
not
with
how
4.
it works.
So I'll go with 3. I think 3 is it's a good number, I believe. Yeah, but like I said, I understand what Luis is saying about money bowling it, where you almost want to give it. It's difficult to get 4 to 4, but 3 I believe we can do it. The relays are strong, so let's get into it.
Hold up. Before you just let's start at the lowest number. Let's start at 2, and then we
What
can
2?
add all the way.
Yeah.
What 2 is?
Okay, well, let's not start with the favorite 2 then. Let's like go backwards, right? So I would think that number 4 maybe.
No, your 2. Your 2 is.
Am I just?
We're
No,
starting
but I
with
have
your
4.
2.
I'm just cutting it in half. That's how
Well,
Moneyball works.
keep to your half then.
All right. If I had to pick 2, if I had to cut it down to 2, which is really not easy, I would say both the relays. I think the relays are our best chances. The 4x4 and the 4x1 for men. We do have other medal opportunities, but I reckon if we're going to bag anything, it's going to come from the relays.
I believe, that's not a bad prediction at all. I think relay-wise,
Don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint me.
very, very strong team. Let me give you my 3. One of the biggest contenders, doesn't disappoint when it comes to rocking up to those finals. Year after year, Bekele Beke.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Always pitches up, always ready for the finals. Akani Simbini in that 100 meter, I believe that's a medal that all South Africans would be proud and happy to have. 4x1, we'll get into the nitty gritty of it, but they've got a big chance of medaling as well. 4x4, also a very good chance. I wanted to go with another individual. No,
I think we're on the same page with that person.
We're on, yeah.
We'll get there.
So let me just leave it at 4x4.
So I guess it's my turn now.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah.
you got
Let's
the
hear
4.
5.
Let's hear 5.
Didn't you say 5?
He said 4.
No, I said 4, but I said I would have loved to put Carl in there.
Okay,
in the mix.
let's not put
I really
Carl.
hoped after his last performance that he would be right up there. But
Yeah.
let's call it my realistic opportunities. Ranked from, let's call it what I would like to see. I believe individuals the hardest one to get, so I get it why you take it out, because
Not completely, yeah.
you've got the odds. You played the odds here again. But definitely AK. I think he deserves the medal at this stage. He's been of good form throughout the year.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've taken everything that they've learned in terms of the coaching. If I listen to what he's saying as well, and his preparation. And last year or the previous Olympics, they had a very slow start to the season, tried to push the peak a little bit later, and he's just looked sharp straight through. The Budapest race, I think just a little bit of rust in that race, because he was running 200s and it's been a month since he ran 100, and we'll see him run in London, and I guess they will see the things starting to come together, and then hopefully definitely in the Olympics, I think he's going to be firing. There's a lot of guys that's hit peak form about 2 weeks ago that you've seen the times drop, and or Olympics after Olympics, we see those guys hit a peak and they just can't pick it up again. So I think AK has learned from that as well throughout the years, and this one is his one. So then my second one, I'm going to give to the 4x4. So I think they've got a very realistic opportunity of medaling. Albeit, your American 4x4 is looking sharp if you look at it, the amount of low 44s and mid 44s with that under 16 runner that they've got as well. That's just made the team as a reserve. They've got a realistic opportunity at medaling there too.
And even Botswana, right?
But Botswana has been dominating. Gee whiskers. So I think South Africa and we'll chat about Wade, I guess, a little bit later, got a very good opportunity there. Then equally, it doesn't really matter in terms of rank. Like I said, that's what I would want to see. The 4x1, sorry. That's very good, and I think that's where the big interest is. If these guys can get it right, There's a major opportunity there and I think even better than a bronze. Not just aiming for the medal, I think aiming for as a real contender. And then Prudence Segodiso. With the world.
Is that the name, Temba?
Yeah.
Is that the name you wanted to mention?
Yeah, I think she's.
That's the name I wanted to mention too. Should we not cut off Owen though? Because he was about to say something amazing about Prudence.
Yeah, but
well, I can tell you something amazing about her opportunity. So, there's 3 medals available. She's on the fringe of their medals already. The world number 1, and that's how sport is. Gone through the American trials. They don't really care about rank. It's how you perform on that day. Unfortunately, had a dive, and she's out. So,
I think
Prudence is in real contention for that medal. If they get it right, and I'm not talking about just the race on the night. I'm talking about getting through mentally through the heats, the semifinals, and the finals. And if she can keep it together, keep composed, and then stay focused the way she was focused in these races that we've seen her build up to the Olympics, don't be surprised with the silver, or anything can happen on the night. The race might be slow, and stick and kick, baby. Taking that gold.
Yeah, I think those are solid predictions. Road running, also interesting. It will be interesting to see how the guys do their good form. Elroy Galant is looking sharp as a razor, man. You just never know how the road races will pan out. I mean, remember when Stephen Mokoka was in it at the World Champs a few years back, and
2019,
the medal was like right there.
Crazy actually to think Gerda winning the Comrades, being so dominant in the 2 oceans, that might be up there for a medal contention.
Absolutely.
I've kind of written Gerda off before she even ran Comrades, because I figured that she was just over-raced, right? She's just run too much this year. And then she destroyed it at Comrades.
She proved you wrong.
So I think she's, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what to expect from her anymore. I think she might do something.
She loves racing.
Yeah.
She does.
I don't care who says what. One of the, and I've met her a couple of times with the interviews that we've done. She's one of the person. She's always happy, but then you think, like, how can this person get any more ecstatic? Like, you should ask AI. Gerda, picture of Gerda, happier, and then eventually it will just post a picture of her winning the Comrades. She loves racing.
Yeah,
She does.
but she makes it look so easy. She makes it look so far. I think that's what makes her such a threat. She's always ready and doesn't back away. So
look, but Aura is not to wipe off easily. There's something different.
Especially
this
this
time
year,
around. There's something different.
I was chatting with him. I said, you're looking like 2016, 2017 Elroy Galant, almost at the peak of his track career. But he's almost that same athlete transferred now with these 10Ks and marathon. I'm telling you, there's just something is looking really good at this point. And that's what makes it, even better. Because Olympics, it's not like going to run one of those major races where it's just one time, you blast as fast as you can. The athletes do play a bit tactical. You even see the likes of, the Kipchoge. He'll also be like trying to make it a bit slower. And then it's all about kicking and shaking guys off. So it goes through that. Elroy Galant with Stephen Mokoka next to him, they're going to work together, you know it. And we might find something special there.
There's something confident about him.
Definitely.
Yeah, like
his career has been resurrected in some way.
It's as if it all comes together. So I chatted to him after the Absa Run Your City series, and he was talking about doing these 40Ks and these long runs and how tough he's been working, and comparing that to the conversations you have with him in the previous races afterwards. It was a different person. You could feel that confidence. You can feel he wants to do something. And I think in terms of prep, he's in the shape of his life. That Absolutely. I believe.
Yeah, definitely in the shape of his life.
I would never think that I would assume that another South African would go into an Olympic marathon with a better chance than Stephen Mokoka, because Mokoka is phenomenal. He really is a phenomenal athlete.
And he's still running sub 28.
He's like, we don't want to write him off, but Elroy Galant is in such phenomenal form that you've got to think that if he has a good run, he's probably going to be our guy in the marathon. Let's hope he has a good run.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure, guys, you can subscribe, like, share. That's what YouTube is about. Let's continue to grow this platform, and let's interact. Make sure, send your messages. We'll be looking out for your messages as well. If there's anything you want to add, just make sure to send us, whether it's on Facebook, but over here, obviously on YouTube, we'll also be looking for those comments. So yeah, be part of the conversation, guys. Feel free, relax, and the Sibo Pipondo.
Yeah, we'll be bringing this. I guess we'll be bringing this out straight through the Olympics. So we've got 12 of these episodes, and we hope to bring in some more guests.
Yes.
But it will be led by old Wesley Baton, Temba, and myself. I might bow out now and then.
Don't do it.
To bring in a new face.
Yeah, so exciting times. After every single day of competition, we'll be here chatting. So we'll just be interacting, guys. This Olympics, something special, and we don't want to leave our athletes not feeling like we're watching and really backing them, because at the end of the day, hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. All right, we're going to get into team selection.
Let's get into that, and then I want to get to my favorite topic. Let's see what's going on in the legal space of athletics.
Fireworks.
The fireworks.
Yeah, okay, well, let's get into the team selection. So I'll start with the women's team. So in the women, we've got Miranda Kutia. She's running the 400. Prudence Diso. In the 800 meter, we've got Marione Fourie. Fantastic form. She's doing the 100 meter hurdles. Zene van der Walt, 400 meter hurdles. Rogale Joseph.
But that's almost an opportunity too for a medal. Zene.
She can sneak
I
in
don't
there.
know, man. The 400 hurdles is so
It's
tough.
so
at the
competitive.
moment. Look at
Yeah,
Femke Bol
it is
and
tough,
Sydney
but that
McLaughlin.
third, Femke Bol and
There's a gap.
McLaughlin, then there's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap.
And that's all we need, 1 point, eh?
We
Yeah.
need her to be quicker, though. She's got to go under 54. She's never run under 54 seconds, and she's got to do it. If she wants a medal, that's kind of the bar that she has to break. Let's see.
That's a tower.
I feel for her. Like I actually feel for anybody who's running the men's or women's 400 hurdles at the moment, because the performances are just completely phenomenal, and like, I don't even know what's going on. It's insane.
It's Olympic year.
The
Wes.
400 hurdles and the 1500 meters. Between those two events, it's just like, don't run them. And in fact, the men's 800 now as well. Like, don't even run them.
No,
because
that is quite insane.
You-
Okay,
to be able to get anywhere into the top 10 in the world is just like
If you run
impossible.
145, they'll call you a pedestrian.
Right. Absolutely. You got to go under 142 now.
Gee whiz.
That's the bar.
And then you might end up in the top 5.
Maybe. If you're
Maybe,
lucky.
No,
maybe
no.
if you're lucky.
You might
If
break
you're
a
lucky.
national record and finish 7th.
I think that world record's gonna fly.
Yeah, it might.
I think we actually gonna see in our lifetime a sub 140. Someone's gonna do it.
I imagine so, yeah.
Someone's gonna, with so many guys in the low 141s. If you have a look at Wilson Kipkite, held that record at 141.19 for a very long time. I think it's 15 or 18 years, something. I can't remember. This is off the cuff, all right. This is just. And then it's Rhodesia, right?
Yeah,
Rhodesia came and smashed that by just with a 140.90. Wade at the 43.03, that's almost the 42. Everyone's like, you won't run under 43. That's very close. I feel that 140 barrier is a possibility. It's got to take the right type of race. And with 3 guys, not 3 or 4 guys in 141 position, not giving up, I feel it coming.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel it. Maybe if you feel it, I don't feel it. I
think it's important for us to note that Temba is still an 800 meter runner.
No,
Erwin
that
used
really-
to be an
jogger.
800 meter
Jogger.
runner, right? So Erwin,
Yeah, sub 140 is quick.
Erwin, I don't think remembers exactly how fast 148 is, let alone 140. Temba still feels it in his legs from
I mean,
yesterday.
Rhodesia's at 149, and 140.9 with some, that's already like probably one of the greatest world records we've seen in our time, besides both 958.
Yeah, he ran it alone.
Ran it alone, and he ran like a machine.
Talk about balls to the wall.
Literally. And then you've got sub 140. I mean, he was the most fluid, long stride, tall, most aggressive. He had, I mean, a solid 400-meter runner as well. I don't see it. Not in my lifetime. Maybe when I'm gone. Or maybe I need to go quick so that it can happen.
Yeah, run faster. Owen's right though. I think 140.
He's gonna see it and then
Sub
he's gonna
140
call
is
me
possible.
once
I'm
again.
gonna call you and I'm
gonna
gonna
say I told you so.
I'm gonna transfer money into your account even.
Oh, okay. Well, I told you so. Ka-ching.
So yeah, that will be something special. But let's
get back to Zenay.
Yes.
Zenay.
Well, so Zenay van der Walt, we said it. Last world champs, she was dabbling in the 400-meter as well as the 400-meter hurdles, both at the world champs. Risque.
And she's still young.
Still young, but like they said, they were using it to get her prepared, just mentally strong. Wesley, you mentioned it. She hasn't been underneath 54 seconds. She's got a 54.47 personal best.
Yeah.
But the way things are going at the moment, I think if she gets into that right race, definitely will go sub 54, even faster. They say the track in Paris, is very quick. So anything can happen there as well. Special track, they say it grips your spikes and this and that. I was speaking to a man by the waters and the river, and he said it's quick.
and Zenay's an incredible athlete. I mean, she won the world youth title. She won the world junior title. She's, I think, the second fastest South African in history. Am I right in that?
Yeah, behind
Maybe
the
third
window.
Fastest.
Could be. I'm
We'll
scared
have to
commit
check
to
the
that
stats
race.
there.
I'm afraid.
I think she might be third fastest, but I thought that she would be quicker by now. I really did. I thought that she would have improved by this point of her career, that she would be challenging somewhere near the quickest. But like, honestly, the world record now is under 51 seconds. Am I right in saying that? It almost sounds like I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
50.65.
That's insane.
Sydney
For
McClark
a
and
sub
Jan
50
Sid-
is under threat.
And then Femco Bo went 50.95 recently.
How
at,
do you even compete? And they're dragging everybody else with them. So
yeah, that's the thing. You just gotta be
Yeah,
in
but
that slipstream, and then you get dragged.
Yeah,
into
but that's the thing. One person needs to show it can be
possible.
done.
Yeah.
And then I go, have a look at the 100 meters in South Africa. No sub 10s. No sub 10s. No sub 10s. Up until 2014. That's a very long time to not have a sub 10.
Yep.
And then boom, one had it. The next year there's another 3, and it just adds it up. We got more than 10 people that's gone sub 10. It's now norm.
Yeah.
And it's just gotta happen, Tema. It's just gotta happen.
it's inevitable.
I know this one. I have to see it to believe it. Let's continue with the other athletes. So we've got the likes of Ashley Erasmus in the shot put, Minay de Klerk as well in the shot put. She's been phenomenal as a junior athlete. You know what she's done with.
Yes, and Ashley Erasmus is still a junior athlete. So you've got to mention her. She's going to compete at the World Junior Championships later this year, so that's good experience.
And Bayanda.
Yeah, but
That's
and,
right.
when we get to
Who I think is still a youth athlete.
no, it's a
No,
junior.
he's
Is
a
Bayanda
junior.
Walaza a junior?
He's a junior.
Yeah.
We were at his capping ceremony at Kiro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Was
If you
it
talk about a
special?
goosebumps
Okay.
moment. Yes, I was so glad I was there. I mean, you guys can Google it and probably see it on I think it's Kiro's page, right? Kiro's YouTube page. You guys will be able to
Kiro.
see it. And I know Supersport Schools has also done some coverage on that as well. But they made a special blazer for him. He's their very first Olympic athlete, which is, that in itself says a lot. And then the fact that he's in the sprints and a junior, that's massive. And you could see the tears running down his face. The kids love him. That guy is on cloud 9 at the moment. And all he needs to do is focus. Because he could come back with Kiro's first medal as well. He could.
I wish he would run cleaner. He would make me feel a lot more comfortable if he would just sort his arms out. he runs like a 3-year-old throwing a tantrum. He's just like tearing himself across.
But it's
the track.
working.
It
works. It
works.
we asked Akani after the national championships this year, what would you do? What would you say to him? And he said, I would just tell him to keep doing what he's doing. Right?
Run, Forrest,
he's
run.
doing is working.
It's
Run,
working.
Forrest,
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
Yeah,
the
but-
impressive thing about him is maturity.
I just want to say something about that. Sorry, before you get too mature. Within the madness of how he runs, there's method. I mean, that's super quick to,
Oh, yeah.
visually. I wouldn't say that it looks that bad, but visually it's not. The mechanism looks different, but damn, does he move?
Yeah.
So do you wanna go and Afrikaans Peter with that? Do you wanna go and try and fiddle around?
I mean, I'm just playing. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
mess
I wouldn't
with that
I
at
don't
all.
want to touch a winning
I
formula.
would
There's-
leave him to throw his tantrums.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let
There's
him
there's
roll.
athletes who have
Just
got
when that baton comes, like make sure make sure it gets there.
Just don't elbow anybody along the way.
No, please not.
But athletes have got bizarre styles. There's some
Yeah.
athletes who just don't look like they should be able to run as fast as they do, but they do. And sometimes just don't play with it. Just leave it. That's how they run, right?
Yeah, shake it off.
Some parenting tips here.
Go,
If your kids are running fast, let them throw their tantrums.
Let's get to your maturity.
Yeah, so talking about maturity, youngster, I mean, let's look at the African Championships, still able to clock 10-1, 5, 10-2. So it just shows that his coaching and his consistency through the season is not getting, like, we haven't seen him extremely slow at any point of the season, which means going to Olympics, you can have the confidence of saying, okay, this young boy has been running with seniors.
Didn't
He's
he run
ran
like a 10-1-3, sorry,
10-1-5 at Africans, yeah.
at African?
Yeah.
Where did he place?
That was in the heats,
In the heats.
and then semi-final 10-2. But again, obviously, a lot of growing
Yeah,
to do.
10-1-3. Just bring that to Paris. That's it.
That's it. So
That's all we need.
that's why I'm confident in the way he runs, and I think the thing that they mentioned is that he's so raw about his talent. You see him, you can see he's a young boy, he's a kid, he's enjoying it, he's having fun, and he's running fast. That's what we want to see. We don't want them to lose focus or to change him too much. Don't change his technique, don't change the way he talks and prepares. Leave him. He's a young boy, but he's ready.
If I was him, I would take this time with AK at this Olympics and mirror that.
Yeah.
There's something in the way that AK conducts himself, just on and off the field, that actually leads to the consistency of him performing. He doesn't get sidetracked. He knows what's going on, and he'll know about who's saying what, but he doesn't get sidetracked by it. He knows there's a goal. He gets stuck into that, and you would never, ever, ever see him falter off of that.
He's an absolute professional.
Yeah. If anything, any negativity fuels him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep, that is true. And then just moving on to the rest of the list, we've got Joanne van Dijk in the javelin, Gerda Steen, we touched on her in the marathon, Sean Oldeno also running the marathon, as well as Ervert van Zyl in the women's team selection. And then the men, it's a bigger list than the men. We've got on top of there, La Captain, he is the flag bearer for South Africa. And he'll be out there in the 100 and the 4x1. We also have Sean Maswanganyi. He's running 100,
man.
200, 4x1.
He should get on with his American studies. Come to Africa.
I went
back.
to Africa a week ago.
Yeah, your song. No, he should come back and light the track up here.
Sean Maswanganyi came to Africa and he left pretty quickly. He was at the African Championship.
Yeah, well, that's the wrong
didn't even
part.
run.
It was the wrong flight.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit.
You
I'm
want
a
to
little
wait.
bit.
Come
a
home.
little bit closer to home.
Come back to South Africa, sure.
Benjamin Richardson, 100, 200, 4x1. Man, I'm impressed with Benji. Recently clocked what is SA's second fastest time ever, 9.86 seconds. And then he also ran a 19.99 seconds. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I like the confidence that built.
He's
I
got to
like it.
be. He's got to be the most promising sprinter that South Africa's produced in years.
Absolutely. And he's not disappointing. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's been good. He's
Not
been
at
good
all.
for a very long while.
Yes, he's
If you-
gradually gotten quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
He's got 4 medals at the World Junior Championship.
That's what I'm saying. If you're winning
We
a
forget
juniors
about that.
and transferring this now into
Yeah.
senior, I mean, the
And he's
200.
and he's only 20. I mean, it hasn't been long.
Yeah.
And he's
And you
getting there.
forget that.
Well, that's what we forget.
Jeez, that's quick to forget. He's quicker now than Letsile Tebogo over 100.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's actually unbelievable how good Benji Richardson is. And, people have made comparisons between him and Usain Bolt, which I think is fair. Because if
Because
you
of
stand
his
next to
size.
him, he
Gee whiz.
is. I mean, I've stood
He's
next
a
to
m-
Bolt,
he's
and
a
I've
mountain,
stood
eh?
next to Richardson, and they're both mountains. And it's unbelievable how quickly they're able to get out of the blocks. They're not as fast as everybody else, but because of their height, because of their stride length, once they get going,
Yeah,
they're
they're
unbeatable.
dangerous.
And get rock
So
and rolling.
if you give them more than 5 meters at the beginning, you're not going to
No,
beat
you're in
them.
trouble.
Well,
And-
because of his
yeah.
performance, I feel that 4x1 is
Even stronger.
Yo.
Absolutely. I don't think we should put any pressure on Richardson now in terms of an individual medal. You know, he's not there yet. He's still got work to do. But
Yeah.
in terms of the
However,
relay,
however,
do you what are you saying? He's going to spring a surprise?
however, don't be surprised with 2 South Africans in the final.
Yeah, it's possible.
If he clocks down the way he clocked down, running that 986, don't be surprised.
It would be good to see.
There's got to be consistent.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I say okay, a medal is going to take a bit, but
So he ran what a 986 and then a 1999 on the same day, and then a few days later he ran I can't remember his exact time, but something like 20.5 in the 200, and that I think is an indication of a young athlete who's just trying to come down off the high of just doing something phenomenal and then trying to have to focus again. So he's going to have to do that, and he's going to have to do that over 3 rounds, and that's not easy. So it's a good learning experience for him, even if he doesn't reach the final, which I hope he does. You know, he's an athlete for the future. Next Olympics.
how does the track that he ran on compare to the Paris one? 'Cause I know that's historically a very quick track.
Very quick, and it's
Yeah.
at altitude, right?
Yeah,
That-
I'm not sure about the altitude.
It's about 1,000
What's it called, Tim?
meters. Le Chaux de France. That's about 1,000 meters above sea level, so it does make a difference.
Yeah,
But
big difference. Yeah.
it's not even as high as Pretoria, right? So like we can't.
Okay, so you're
blow
speaking
it out
about
of
France.
proportion.
France's altitude.
France has different altitudes. Though.
Mm.
It depends where you are in France.
Tim's, look that up for us, man.
Okay, we'll look that up.
Okay, altitude helps a lot in sprints.
Yeah,
It does.
That's
It
what-
really does.
I mean,
yeah.
you've seen it with
If I was a
Wanyala.
sprinter, if there's an altitude diamond league, I'd go run that.
Yeah, why not?
Get the money.
Get the times too. you
Get
know?
the money, get the times, the record.
Yeah.
So, like Mashwangani did.
Hey,
Put it in the bag.
hey, we missed that celebration. Hey, Maswanganya, bring it back, yo. You
Yeah,
need to
bring it
that
back. We need to see it nationals.
I see you on YouTube, Tandem Jaco, saying the Walaza train. Victory for development under Coach Tabo Mutibiri. Tibos. Doing very good work coaching up a youngster like him. So, yeah, that's a win. Definitely a win for development and a victory for South Africa in the end. So, always good to see that.
And that's not the only athlete in the South African team that Thabo Matsubedi's had a role in, eh? Even though he
Absolutely.
might not be involved with them anymore, that guy has played a phenomenal role in South African splinting over the last 5-6 years. He deserves real credit. Eh?
Does indeed. Okay, continue with the athletes that have been selected. We've got Bradley Nkwana. Let's not forget him. He recently ran SA Junior record 10:03.
0-3.
So that's the new SA record. It was previously held by
Yeah,
Maswangani.
he's quick. So he's quicker than Bradley. Ach, not Bradley. Walaza
Yeah, quicker
By
than
under.
Walaza.
at juniors.
At juniors. So yeah, they both ran at juniors. Walaza won.
Yeah,
them.
okay, but whoa. No,
So
this is an observation.
They're both running at World Juniors.
Yeah, they're both running at World Juniors, but this is I forget the kid's age because I compare this to the senior nationals. All right, our juniors dominated at senior national. Okay, yes, they didn't take the gold and everything. All right, besides we saw Armand last year. I don't know what he's up to now,
Yeah.
but they dominated there in between the silvers and the bronzes. Here and there was a victory.
Yeah.
I think Monet won, but no, well, I can't recall everything, but on the track. So Bradley and Kuana and Bayanda going to Worlds, serious medal contenders, being at the Olympics, so they'll come off the Olympics. Boy, our next Olympics is going to be on fire. They can go up to maybe eight medal hopes.
We got to hope so, but we've had situations like this before, where in 2016 in Rio we had 2 junior sprinters competing, Clarence Munyai
Gift.
and Gift Leoclerc, and neither of them really came through. Eh? Like not to discredit them in any way. They're both phenomenal sprinters. They achieved fast times. Clarence Munya is the national 200-meter record holder, so you don't want to take anything away from them, but they just didn't come through at the end and achieve what we thought that they would.
I'll stand up for a bit. He did have a phenomenal season, then boom, injury.
Yeah, the injuries have been
and injury is a part of the game.
Yeah.
All right, so it's disappointing, but it can't take away of what he could have been. He'll live with it, and I hope that he'll. I don't know what he's doing now or how he's racing, but I hope that he would come back. Clarence is a different story, and this is where I'm talking about AK. All right, so Clarence went to train with AK and them, I think just before the previous Olympics. Boom, 10:04, and you saw a whole demeanor change in Clarence, and you start seeing that consistency. 20 flat, he's coming back.
Yeah.
But there's always something up with Clarence that he's unhappy, and it kind of dominates him. I wouldn't throw him out at the age that he is. He's still young. Yeah. If he could fix that and then just give 2 solid years of focus, shift out the rest, boy, he could be good.
He could be. Absolutely.
He is good. He's great. 10.69. He is good, but he can really turn it around. But that's up to him. We all know and we all hope, but he could really turn it smack back around.
Yeah. And you never know what's going on in an athlete's head. Like there could be all sorts of things going on in their lives.
Yeah, I it's a little bit of theoretical this, but sometimes you walk down the street and you can see everybody, and you're stuck in your own mind, and you've got your own stuff to everyone's got the same thing. And I think with athletes, those stuff, because it's so performance driven, it's so much more, because he's constantly thinking about the performance, and their confidence are built based on how good they prepare, not just how good they prepare, but the results of all that effort that they put in. And it's quick to get demotivated as an athlete if something's not right, and then you just kind of lose trust. So the point that I'm getting to is, like, I think it's much harder than just the average guy to keep it composed. So we might make some comments on something, but which could be unfair. But in terms of if he listens to this, if there's any advice or anything that I've noted, I think it'd be a very good thing for him to just get that part out of the way, and then just carry on with some solid training, solid results, and build the bricks from there.
Absolutely. We know about that 1969. Bradley is the joint as a record holder in the 100 meter for the youth. He's also joint record holder now he's the record holder in the junior 100 meter. So definitely working his way up in good form. So we'll continue with the list. We've got the likes of, we mentioned Bayanda Walaza. He'll be running in the 4x1. Bradley is in the 4x1 team. We've got Sinesipo Dambile, who is a reserve, if I'm not mistaken. Also part of the 4x1.
Super youngster.
Yeah, and then
so where does Wade fit into this?
Yes, Wade. We'll get where is he in the 200 meters?
I know he's in the 200, but where does he fit in with these relays?
We'll get on that. We'll get to that.
The talk of the town. Hey, talking about the bomb squad. Hey, put me in, coach.
And then we got.
That's ASA taking a little bit from Rassi, it seems like.
Go for it.
Drop Andre, leave Adams.
Something like that, yeah.
And then create the proper bomb squad. So Wade's in the bomb squad.
Bomb squad.
And I know you're kind of joking, but I think that's what they've done. I think that by Athletics South Africa not including him in either relay, that's exactly what they've done. He's like a surprise.
Who's that? Wade?
They can drop him in wherever they want, right? Like they can put him in the 4x1, the 4x4.
They're gonna put him in.
Yeah,
I've got like, listen.
Sure.
If you think about it, it makes sense. Let me just touch on it. I know it's a juicy part. If you think about it, it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
because what do they want? They want medals.
Yeah, and we need relay medals. That's where
exactly.
medals are coming.
Exactly.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
All right, and then we've got the likes of Life Pillay. He's running the 400 and the 4x4.
Rassi Malloy.
We also got the likes of Zagiti Nene also running the 400 and the 4x4. Guardio Isaacs is in the 4x400 meter. Anthony Nortia, don't forget about him. He's got a medal at the World Juniors. He's in the 4x4 as well. And then we've got Adrian Swart, also in the 4x400 meter. And then the likes of Edmund Duplessis, he's been impressive in the 800 meter. 144.22, just running 144.
The only
back to back.
Only news I have for him: go, go when that
Run as fast as you can.
run.
Treat the heat like
But
a
That's it.
Yeah, treat it like Bo Sepeng Emelo Utsi medaled on 143. I think Sepeng medaled 142, right?
Yeah.
But was running 143s, 144s, and then he hit it. Whoop, and that record still stands.
Yeah.
So Edmund, proper shape. Don't hold back.
Let's
and same
go.
with Tite as well.
Yeah.
Tite owes us that one.
And
He's got
Mphahlele.
332, then they qualify through the rounds with a 334, and then he's down in the back. Hey, the way he runs against Ryan Mphahlele, doesn't matter if it's heat, doesn't matter if it's a semi-final,
Hey,
go.
Hamba.
Go run to win that race. Don't
Hamba.
go run to qualify. Go run to it. Forget about the final when you get into the final. Then
At the World Indoor Champs this year, I was really disappointed with the 1500 guys because they are front runners, right? That's
yeah, they should
especially
do it.
Mphahlele. Like, just hit the front, just go, just do your thing.
Hamba.
Get into the final. Anything can happen.
Yes, and Cheetah as well. Just put your head down and go for it, man. Why not? What do you got to lose? He, running tactically at the World Champs last year, he lost out in the final by 100th of a second. That is devastating.
That is devastating.
Like, I would cry myself to sleep for a week if that happened to me.
But okay, hopefully he's learned now.
I think
Yeah,
he's gonna be hungry. I'm telling you, he's gonna be hungry. You said it. Tepo Tite, he's in for the 1500 meter. And Ryan Mphahlele, these guys are like, what a good duo. It's like Batman and Robin when they race against each other.
Hopefully
It's a
they're in the
blockbuster.
heat
Yeah,
and in the
all
semis
the races
together.
all of them. Please.
Just put them there because it seems like if the one goes, the other one wouldn't let go. So then they just go.
Just go. Put them together.
They'll run us up 330 then.
The duo, the mighty duo of Ryan Mphahlele and Tepo
And
Tite.
funny thing at the Olympics, anything can happen. We saw from Norway, what's his name now?
Jacob.
Jacob Ingebrigtsen. 326, 2075, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw he just carries on, but comes to a final.
Hey.
All right, he got beat at the World Champs.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Somebody decides he's going to be a little bit more tactical, just swap it around.
Yeah.
A quick, let's call it a quick last 700 is difficult on the legs. Doesn't matter what type of first 800 you have, but something happens, like you Kronia,
Yes.
you
Getting
just
there.
come in flying because you have that Tepo Tite kick that we know.
Yeah.
Or Ryan that wouldn't let Tepo go, and all of a sudden you're right in there. You're
That's
stuck
it.
in there. Even if you snuck through on the
Hey.
inside of the lane, you take that bronze. Bronze is bronze.
Hey, my
Silver
bro,
is silver.
Take it.
So get into the final. Do whatever possible to get through the rounds. Go sleep. Go see your trainer. Go get on ice. Eat what you need to eat. Get your mind in the final because glory lies there.
In the famous
Never
words of Shakira, it's time for Africa. But then you just go. There's no more waiting. I feel like it's our time. The athletes, there's something special happening in South Africa. The athletes are just pulling, rabbits out of their hat.
Yeah.
And
they
this
are.
is it, man. It's just that thing of don't be fearless. Rassi has been a great example. We saw even Bafana.
We're speaking about Rassi Malloy now, or Rassi, what's it, Rassi Verster.
Hey, that's doctor. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, but none of them are doctors.
I'm talking
There's
about,
only one
about
doctor.
doctor. Yeah, I'm
There's
talking
only
about the
one
doctor.
doctor.
That's the
The
one I'm
real
talking-
doctor, right?
Yeah. The guys just go out there, run every round like it's a final. That thing of saving. When you come back, I'll massage people. I'll be like, hey, man, massage. As long as you did your thing and you run fast, basically, I think the whole South Africa will be willing to
100%.
to massage the athletes.
Yes.
Adrian Vilskert, he's been impressive.
I love him.
Great
I really
season.
do.
He's going to mature. When I say mature, his times are going to get quicker and quicker. He's still young.
Yeah, I don't think we should expect too much. at these Olympics.
No.
But
Well, I expect
I
the
think we
national
can-
record.
Yeah,
I am.
he's delivered that.
He doesn't matter where he ends up in the race. It's very close to his best performance.
yeah,
That's impressive though. Like
That
that's
is.
some guy who is
Phenomenal.
literally saying what we.
But
were saying.
that's what I'm
Just
saying with
go out there
Tite and
hey,
with Mpaglele.
Tumula.
We don't go run 337s, please.
Ah, but they're
Go
gonna
332s, 330. Go run that PB and fall out. Then we'll pick you up at the end. You're a hero.
Coach Samuel Sepeng has been doing well. I mean, he's more than 7 athletes. Is it 7 or more from different nations? He's not missing, and I know they're gonna go into these champs. They know what they need to do now. They've been impressive all season now. Now he needs to get more of those athletes into the finals. He's done so with the Botswana lad. Now it's time to do it with the South Africans as well. So let's see, something special to come from that. And high jump.
Brian Rotz.
Brian Rotz, he jumped. He got in there through
How old is he?
rankings.
How old is he now?
He should be 20, 21.
I think he's just turned 20.
20.
If I'm not mistaken.
What's his improvement curve? Tim's, check that out. His improvement curve from high school.
Yeah, I think he's kind of leveled out over the last year or two.
Why I'm curious, I've just, with the passing of Jock Freitag,
Yeah.
really delved into a little bit. That guy was a hero at my young age. Him, if you think about Frans Krier, I like Manla Nkosi a lot, Ezekiel Sepeng. You can look at the sprinters that we have. Frankie Fredericks, I loved a lot. I saw him run a 10 flat in Durban when I was a kid. There was also the youth championships were held in Durban. That's why I was able to watch that. And then like Leroy Newton, Matthew Quinn, all that. The sprinting was the blue, the blue label event.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and a couple of interviews on him. That's on YouTube and some just more info. I kind of lost track of him after he disappeared off the scene, and you forget. But he was jumping close to 330.
335.
Yeah, it's like a 325 at youth, and he said that,
230.
eh? Sorry,
yeah.
sorry,
So with
230, man. I'm stuck in this 1500. Sorry. Thanks for the correction. I almost looked completely insane.
But yeah, you're right. Something like that. Yeah.
It was. If I'm not mistaken, he was at a junior level. He was at 230.
Yeah.
And he said after he won the youth, he said in 2 years' time I'm going to win the seniors.
Yeah.
And he rocked when he went to the seniors. It was
Boom.
two,
Immediate.
almost said 3 again, but 235, and he won nationals.
Yeah. He's the only South African who's ever won the World Youth Junior Championships. World
Youth, Junior, and Seniors.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Man.
It
What
really
a,
is.
what a phenomenon. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Rest in peace.
There's not a
Great
lot of athletes that actually come through from youth level. Most of them fall away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
but
various
especially in your jumps, it kind of when they hit a junior, they've got a very good possibility to medal. We saw,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to put a name there. That one, I think juniors or youths, Stefan Brits.
Yeah.
He went to the States. He qualified at 820. He's already won either youth or juniors. He was a long jumper. Phenomenal athlete. But never really progressed on. Yes, he made the Olympics, but never really progressed in the medal. So when I think of a jumper, I'm actually comparing them to what I've seen with Freitag. He kept improving after he got out of high school.
Absolutely.
We've got Brian Rotz, and that's what back to the question, and we're going to get there now. And what's the youngster, the short kid that's also jumped to 25?
Brayton Poole.
Yeah, Brayton Poole as well. But he stagnated at that height. So I feel like the quicker they progress out of it, the better chance to
Also
really
just
get into the
mentally,
medals.
not getting stuck in. I'm a youth. I'm a junior now. It was gonna take me a while before I can become. Because if you look at Brian Rutz, his personal best jumped it as a junior, 2022. He's 20 years old now, and just 225.
And it's at 225.
225
So
at the moment.
he's
now.
right up
So
there
he's-
where Freitag was.
You got to get out of your South African mindsets as
Correct.
well. So
Somehow.
225 will win the national championships most years, but it's not going to get you anywhere at the world championships.
Yeah. So it's a no pun intended, but it's going to you got to raise that bar a bit.
Yeah, keep raising the bar. That's it. Yeah,
more athletes to look out for. Jovan van Vieren. He's been impressive as well. Getting that a massive well over 8 meters, 820s, and he's looking very good. We've also got Cheswell Johnson. You know what he's he's one of those that by now as well. I really hoped he would have gone to World Champs and been in the medals, but the time might be now. I'm telling you, this is the year where the South Africans need to rock and roll. We don't want to leave it to who we think is best. Shock us, please. You know what I mean? We're not gonna be angry when you win medals. Don't think we're gonna be happy. We're gonna run around naked. Okay, maybe not, but we will run around happy, celebrating. Maybe Irvin will do it.
Yeah, you and your Venga mangoes.
Okay, we're holding both of them to this. If anybody gets a medal, they're both running around naked. We won't film it, but we'll get someone to clarify that it happened.
Oh my goodness.
And then we've got Kyle Blichnote. You mentioned him earlier as well. Francois Prinsloo. Our captain from 95. Now Francois Prinsloo in the discus, he's there.
Who came
Victor
out of
Hogan.
nowhere, by the way. I'd never heard of Francois Prinsloo.
I knew of him.
Yeah?
He's in America. He's been, in the NCAA, been watching. But him coming out and qualifying, I was impressed. Yeah.
Phenomenal. 67 meters. That's a big throw.
It's a big throw.
He's
in
a
the
guy
discus.
for the future.
Yeah. Victor Hogan, he's still in there, still rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Still qualifying.
Isn't he the son of Hulk?
Hulk Hogan? Let me tell you something. Brother. So he's also in the team. Stephen Mokoka, Steve Vovo, Tsipi, and Elro Galant, the duo. We mentioned about them. So yeah, that's the team. It's a solid team. It could be a few surprises, I believe, in that team. And definitely looking forward to see what they're going to do. But now, guys, it's the time has come.
Some very good names there.
A year ago, I wasn't expecting such a strong team. That's a good team.
It is a good team. And
what's cool about this, there's a lot of final contenders, guys that can make the final.
Yeah.
And it's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. If you make the final at a global championship, you're in it. Everyone's in it. Right? We've seen so many times the guy ranked 12th is the one who comes through and wins.
Yeah.
It happens.
People fall, favorites fall.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, so
just get into that
final. Yeah, that should be the motto. Get into that final, and then from there on, bring it back home. We'll be waiting at the airport. I'm sure we're gonna be there celebrating. We always go.
Yeah,
we never miss that opportunity to just welcome the South African heroes back, and I believe we're gonna be doing so for a few medals this time around. All right, gents, let's get into the topic. Wesley, you've been writing a lot.
No, wait, the 4x4 first, my bro.
All right, let's touch on the 4x4.
4x4.
So
we know Botswana. Botswana is very strong. We know America is very strong.
Yeah.
We got second at the World Relays. But just. And Wade didn't run in the final.
Yeah, we did it without Wade.
But we were almost there in the final as well. So I think it was about a second off. So I really believe that we could do something there. Who would you start?
Well, if you're gonna look into formations of that, I want to start off.
Who's the coach? Is it also under Goris?
Yeah, all under Goris. I mean, big up to Goris. Goris has done good work. If you look at his athletes personally, I mean, he's got two youngsters that are running impressive times that are in that 4x1.
And Viwe Jinky.
Yeah. Viwe Jinky is also. I mean, there's a lot more athletes. I mean, no, more than. He's got Adrian. Well, Adrian Swart is in the list here. We've got Bradley Ngwana. We've also got Benjamin Richardson. And then we've got, we know Viwe is with her. She's not part of the Olympic team, but
he's done well.
She's going to be going to World Juniors as probably one of the contenders there. So he's done very well. But
and
now,
we've spoken for so long about how we just don't have relay teams, right? We have athletes, but we don't have a team.
And finally,
I think Goris has done well to give us
the men
some
stepped
teams.
up.
Yeah.
Then we have a mixed. We didn't have a mixed qualifier.
We had a good squad, I think, but we didn't have the depth for both the mixed and the men's. We had to kind of make a decision.
Life had to run in both, actually.
That's right. There's too much for the guys to be doubling.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. But here's my formation: 4x4 to get us that gold medal, bring it back home. This is just an opinion, but
you're so afraid of the media.
If we start off, if we start off with
say what you want to say. Believe in it.
I'm gonna say it.
Believe in it.
Life Pillay to open up. for the 400.
Starting.
Yeah, starting. Go out hard. He doesn't buckle. If you look at Lyth Pillay, he's super consistent. He always hits it on the mark. You can rely on him. He's gonna do the work. Bring it on. Second, Zagiti Nene. Zagiti always holds it down in that second spot. He looks very comfortable. He looks very good. Depending on who's available for selection. But I've got Zagiti in my second spot. Third spot, Guardio has also been solid. He's been consistent. He's done well. We'll have the aim is to be in the race. Don't let the race run away from you, especially if you're going into a final.
Yeah.
Cardio in the mix there, and then to bring it home, wait for Niekerk for the 4x4. That's my team. If those athletes are all available for selection, I think there's a medal there.
Definitely. There's
One thing-
potentially a gold medal there.
There's something very cool I've seen they've done in the States. Because when I ran down there, especially with our 4x4, the 4x4 was not primarily made out of 400 athletes. There were some 100 athletes, 200 athletes running it as well. So they would know this is my best guy, my second guy, third, that's fourth in terms of it. They would run the second quickest guy at the start, because the start's very important. They'll run the slowest guy at your second leg, then the 3 in your fourth, and then your quickest guy in the finish. So it's very interesting that you say start Lyth.
But I think that's what you did, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what he did.
I
So
wanna be
thinking
in that
about
race.
but that's what I'm saying. Thinking about what Temba just said, that's fairly on there.
Yeah.
Your first, your third, and your fourth leg is the one that wins it.
Yeah.
With the momentum, once guy gets a baton and is already going, there's not much difference in between them. Then everyone's splitting 44, 45s. Or in this case, not a lot of guys are going to hit 43s.
Yeah.
But let's call it between the 44, 45 space. So if you can start off with the 44, the next guy can split it. Otherwise, he shouldn't be in the team. He should be a low 45 runner, which we do
So
have.
44.
He's going to split 44.
Yeah.
Your third guy is gonna split 44 because he's even quicker, and then you've got your guy that can bring it home by a 43.
Yeah.
Let's say we hit some luck, all right, and they decide they'd rather start Wade, and Wade comes out and runs the 400 meter of his life, and we know he can go under 44. He comes out with a 43, 44 second leg, 44 third leg, 43 in the final leg. That's a very good contest for gold.
Yes.
You will start with.
Absolutely.
I would actually flip it around and start Wade and finish with Lyth. However, if you give it to, because Wade's going to smoke those guys at the start. If you want to think about BMT, all right, an experience in the anchor, rather finish Wade. But if you want to pull a Rassi where you don't understand, gooi the bomb squad, my bro. hit them at the start and then keep it in by 1 meter.
I'm just afraid of not having the anchor because you must have your strong. I mean, I'm not with Lyth anchoring. I'm comfortable as well.
Yeah, but Lyth couldn't pull it through the previous. He did very well.
He came through. He was fourth, and then he came through the second.
But he didn't take the first.
Yeah, but Botswana was
All right,
either
taking
flawless.
nothing away of that performance. Nothing, no. All right, nothing in life. I like the guy. Taking nothing away. He didn't finish at first. It was so close. I know. All right.
He didn't get it. You were got it at fourth, or he did what he needed to do.
He did what he needed to do, but let's go for gold.
All right.
Okay, it's my opinion, Tim.
No,
Please don't.
Don't be afraid. You say. Don't be afraid to say.
I'm not afraid to say.
Opinion. It's what you think. It's okay.
I think I would rather have Wade there, but if we really want to go and throw the dice, hit Wade out of the blocks.
Wes, what do you think?
I agree 100%. I just honestly, without being the naysayer, I don't know if we can rely on Wade because it's going to be at the end of the championship. I don't know when the 4x4 final is, but it's usually on the second last day. And we'll see if he's got the legs for it. We'll see if his injuries kind of if he's able to hold that off.
I think
If
his
he's able
his
to be
injuries
strong.
are fine.
I think that's why they've taken him out of the 400 just to
I
make
think
sure.
I think it's even motivated more. We can get 2 medals,
Yeah.
but for him where he is in his career, and I know what he's thinking. He's got 1 medal so far at the Olympics. If that injury didn't happen, he was a medal count straight through.
Yeah.
all the way through.
Straight through till now, all right? How do you get that 2 medals that you missed on back?
Yeah, he can get them in the relays.
You can get them both the relays.
But even if, God forbid, touch wood, Wade for some reason can't compete in the final, I still think we have so much depth in the 400 meters that as long as Lath Pillay is in form,
Late life, man.
we will get a medal.
What a soldier. What a warrior.
With Van Niekerk, regardless of whether Van Niekerk starts or
Wherever he
Pillay
is.
starts, I think we're strong enough to get gold.
Gold.
Yeah, I think so too. Look, I'm going to be very happy for a medal for those guys, but I say go for gold.
Yeah, they
always.
can. They
I
can.
say go for gold.
All right. So then 4x4, I think we're happy with the formation, happy with the team being able to get a medal. 4x1.
Let's get to the legal stuff. Now, Wes,
Where's
you
the-
being the formidable writer that you are, and I've read your articles.
You should read the messages that I get on Twitter and Facebook when I write things like
Most
this.
wanted.
People don't like me, man.
No, but that's what I like about you. If it's not the truth, you won't write it.
I try and write the truth.
Yeah.
People don't
So-
like the truth.
Yeah, so you do some you do some good digging, and that's why everything you say is so interesting as well, and why I take it into high regard. If you have a look, the first article on this, it was on Adams.
Adams.
Let's just say Adams, for my sake, but he's taken them to court. All right. Second one was. I think it was Wade put into the relay team
Okay.
in his place. What was the headline of the second one? Now I'm
I
kind of put on the
don't
spot. But the third
I
one
read
is
too many things.
third one you wrote about, and you're going to touch on this more than I am, and then I'll just throw in some spice. But the third one was that Adams isn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't go.
Let's look at the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said that, and I stand by it.
I stand by that too.
Athletics is far more than stats. You can't just look at stats. I used to cover cricket for the Citizen newspaper, and with cricket, you can largely rely on statistics. It kind of works.
Yeah.
But in a sport like athletics, it doesn't. You can look at stats, and it does matter, but there's far more to it than that, right? It's an individual sport where you've got an individual athlete standing on their own on a track, and their mental fortitude counts so much.
Correct.
It's not just about what they're doing on the track; it's about what's going on
So
in their
let's
lives
have a
at
look
the
at
time.
his performances this year. I
Yeah.
actually found something very interesting. I just want to read something to you guys first that I found, and I really dug into it. So I don't know how credible Coach Benzie is. All right, but I found it on Facebook, and I've looked at. But this really it hit something with me. So he's talking about. Okay, Adams being removed and Wade being put in, but he doesn't shine anything too much on Wade. So he's name dropping a bit. He says he's got a reliable source at a national broadcaster, so we have no clue who that is. But he's including the names of John Verster, Hendrik Moganyetsi, Paul Goris, Pierre Postumus, Ezekiel Sepeng, and then. He's making, in this post, it's a very long post, he's creating the sentiment that they all sat together and they were communicating with Adams a lot, really actually out of the encouragement. So he said he received the letter that ASA actually did write to Adams, which reads as follows, and I quote Coach Benzie, it reads, "You did not," this is to Adams from Athletics South Africa, "You did not compete in any local or other competitions during the 24 season due to injury, and ASA was hopeful that you would have recovered in time for the national championships. Your evaluation as part of the OPEX athletics program was also scheduled for the championships, but unfortunately you were unable to participate due to your injury. You mentioned in your report that you could compete in May, and ASA encouraged you to take part in the African Senior Championships in Cameroon last month to prove your fitness. However, you declined the selection due to your ongoing recovery. Now that, if this is true, and I really hope it is true, shows clear communication, clear interest to include him. It's very clear that ASA said, please compete in South Africa. And they said, okay, well, we'll even give you the further opportunity because you didn't run nationals, all right? You were injured.
Yeah.
Through the testing, the OPEX testing, through including you in the squad that goes to Africans, all right? And then you come and you want to take them to court, and then you back that by a 21-3-5.
5-0 and then a 21-3-1.
And what's the Olympic qualifying?
20 point...
20.1.
Some 2020, right? It's 20...
I think it was 20.1.
Okay, so it's 20.1.
I'm not sure.
Wade won nationals, if I'm not mistaken. Who won the 200 nationals?
Benji Richards.
Sorry,
Benji.
Benji won 200 and he upset Wade.
That's right.
All right, but they both were low 20s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 20.2.
Yeah, 20.2. All right, AK has got a 20.3. Wade again backed that up with a 20.35, I believe, when he raced against AK, in not very favorable conditions either, very windy. And your first race is out at 21.3 and a 21.5. That's nowhere near an athlete that I believe should be included in the squad. That's like...
Do you know where that ranks him in South Africa this year in the 200 meter sprint?
Sheesh.
It ranks him 67th.
Sure. In South Africa.
21.31 ranks him 67th. There are 19 junior athletes who have run faster than him, including two 15-year-olds. So, like, you don't have to, I was saying a little bit earlier, athletics is more than just stats, right? You can't just look at the performances. But this close to the Olympics, that's all athletics South Africa can go on.
It's tricky.
They can't go on anything other than what you're performing in races. And he's run a 21.5 and a 21.3, which is so slow, Temba can run faster. And I'm not even lying.
Yeah. Don't put me in here.
Okay,
Don't
I'm
put
lying.
me-
Temba can't run faster. But
Yeah,
he's close.
But the qualifying
It's not
standard,
quick
as you
at all.
mentioned, is 20.16.
But he's a phenomenal athlete, but that's not him.
Yeah.
That's
He's
not
a
him.
phenomenal
He's
athlete.
injured.
Let's not
That's
take
not
anything away from
him
Adams.
at
Adams
all.
is a former national champion. He's a former Diamond League winner. Right?
Sub-20
How many
runner.
South Africans have won Diamond League races?
not
That
a
is
lot.
big. That is huge.
Not a lot.
I mean, look, all
He's
right,
got
at his
serious
best,
potential.
we know what he can do.
Yeah.
19.82.
Yeah, and
100%.
I understand the
200 meter
Olympics is a
PB.
big thing, but bro, go earn it.
And
Even though they included you in it, like they still...
that was a mistake. I feel like they shouldn't have announced the
No,
team
they
so
shouldn't have.
early. They shouldn't have put him in and then taken him out.
Yeah,
They should have
that's
waited for the
painful.
final team
That
to
is
be
painful
announced.
ways. I
Right?
think-
That must be devastating.
Yeah, it's devastating.
And I think because of that, he might have an argument in court. I don't know. We'll see what the lawyers say. But I think at the end of the day, you've just got to, even as the athlete, right? Like Adams is so convinced that he deserves to go. But my argument
But
is,
still, the communication, if that's true, the communication is there, he knows where he
it
stands.
seems like that. they do.
What's the upset then?
It
If
seems
that is
like
true,
it, yeah.
if that is true, what is the upset?
Yeah,
Really,
They,
it's
they
like
did seem to communicate. with him.
that's where me personally, if that was me, I'll be bummed that I'm not going.
Yeah.
But that's very, very understand. You also can't force yourself out of an injury that like he has. You can't force yourself to go and run world-class times.
Absolutely.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Yes, you missed this year, but how many other athletes have missed in the past?
Absolutely.
There's gift. There's
Yeah.
gift. He could have made the final. God, since that 2021 final, semi-final, where Gift was a contender to go. I think he ran like a 9.99 something. That here, and he barely missed out. But as he went over the line, he pulled his hamstring or his hip, something like that, got hurt. That was devastating to him, and we haven't seen Gift in that form yet. It takes a time. Same with Adams, world class athlete. He's been performing. Was in the final, all right. Got an injury. He's not going to come back in that shape. And we don't want to also send the message. This is like we'll select the number 60.
67.
67
Yeah.
in an Olympic squad. No, it's
Yeah,
can't.
I think
Yeah.
I think you're both correct. I mean, when it comes to form, and I think as an athlete also, it's difficult because it's emotional and it's a big environment to be at the Olympics is a dream for any athlete, But the form is saying he's not fit enough. He's healthy,
Yes.
but he's not
recovered.
fit enough to go and compete with the Benjis. He's not fit enough to compete. I mean, the selection, they've got a predicament because it's either you take athletes that have pedigree, that can go there, big moments, they know how to shine and step up, and they're there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for Lux, it's very. We all feel for him. I mean, I think we if they could select more guys, would want him to be there. But
injuries are
Injuries
as
are just devastating.
injuries are as much a part of sport as qualifying standards and great performances.
Yeah.
absolute.
It
And
is.
that's the three things that you have to go and overcome. You have to get yourself in shape. One, you injury free. Two, qualify. Two, perform.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's just
That's
the
the three rules
reality of it.
of sport.
As much as it might suck, that is the reality.
Yeah.
And the men's 200 meters is the only event at the Olympics where South Africa has qualified more than 3 athletes. So in every single other event, it doesn't matter who the 3 athletes are, what form they're in. They've qualified, they go. The only exception is the men's 200 where we have 5 of them. Athletics South Africa can only send 3.
Three.
So 2 guys are going to miss out. And it doesn't matter, like people are arguing that Lux is qualified, he made the effort, why are they dropping him? But the same can be said for Wade van Niekerk. Wade van Niekerk also made the effort. He also qualified. He also did everything that
He's
he
got
needed
a
to
silver
do.
medal at nationals. So this
Absolutely.
was like you want to rule this whole conversation out and just nip it in the bud. USA trials,
But
800 meter,
That's what I was
number
gonna say.
1 in the world. Full, she's not going.
Yeah.
Should we
That's part
implement
of sport.
Should we implement the SA trial system?
No, let's get it.
People are
Let's get it
questioning
there
this.
first. Let's get it
But
there.
our national trials are our trials.
Let's get 5 people qualifying for the Olympics in each event, or let's call it
Then we can get
50% of the event.
Yeah.
Then we go there.
To trials.
Then we go there. Don't.
That was
don't
the message.
But
whoa,
you
whoa.
just did it now. You said let's use the national.
No, but I said just in this, that
Okay.
format, just in this.
Okay, just
You understand? Just in this event. Yeah, you've been sneaky.
And I would actually argue that, okay, so obviously he's had injuries, and I don't want to take that away from him, but Adams ran his qualifying time in August last year, right? And he hasn't run since until very recently.
Yeah, but you can see it in his times.
Yes.
yeah.
Whereas Van Niekerk had to run consistently well over 200 meters this year to get the ranking
Yeah,
to be able to qualify.
Yep.
So he's actually taken the harder way.
it is the
Has had to do it the more difficult
And he was
way.
also injured.
And-
He was injured for a long time and had to
Absolutely.
come back and prove himself. And he waited
yeah.
till he was ready to race and perform at that level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I would even argue that even if Van Niekerk was running the 400 meters and he didn't come into play in the 200 meters, I would even argue that Sinasipo Dambile, who's also qualified in the 200, is in better shape than Lux Adams.
Correct.
And he should go ahead
Correct.
with Adams.
Jeez,
so
you saw
literally, Adams is number 5, I think, out
you-
of the 5.
You saw Dambile run that 15-14 or 15-13 in the 150 meters as an opener.
Yeah.
Got injured, but still made it through the injury.
He hasn't been
But-
phenomenal, but he's been consistent.
But yeah,
He's
but
run
then
well.
then came back and showed a sense of consistency.
Yeah,
He-
competed at the
it's
national
right to go.
champs, reached the
Yeah.
final.
There you go.
Yeah, there's so much to this, and something else that has to be said is that with Van Niekerk running the 200 meters and not the 400, it opens him up to run both our relays, and that is huge.
It does.
It really is. It offers so much, even if he's just running in the finals. It offers.
I don't know from
Jorge,
I
so
don't know
many more
from
options.
where that decision came from. I'm speculating.
Yeah.
All right. I really hope it comes from Wade to say, listen, I'm going to do the 200. You select me in the 200, I'll give you the 4x1 and the 4x4.
Yeah.
Or maybe just the 4x4 as well. And
Yeah.
also coming to sense of saying, okay, there's got to be something around form, meaning, okay, this is where I'm at in my career, and we spoke about the medals earlier, to come to your sense and say, okay, listen, this is where I'm at. This
Be
is what I
realistic.
can achieve,
Yeah.
and this is what I might be able to achieve.
Yeah.
And realistically looking at that and saying, okay, this is the smartest decision that I can make. That's why I'm saying I hope it comes a little bit more from Wade than it comes from ASA's side. However, I feel that there might have been a push from ASA's side
so.
as
But
well.
I think arguably... you
But
could
the fact
say-
that Piet said he didn't know about it, that
But in
throws
that
me off a
letter
bit.
which you read, which I've seen, Piet van Zyl was apparently in the meeting, and so was Gary Posthumus, and apparently so was Lux Adams. So, but this is hearsay, right? This is one person saying something, and then Adams is saying something else. So, I guess this will all come out in the
with
court
this
case.
whole legal thing, do you think Piet is then involved in that legal thing, or
I think as someone who's been a journalist for 20 years, there's at least 3 sides to every story. You have your side, the other side, and the truth. And I think we've heard 2 sides, and I think the truth is somewhere in the middle.
yeah.
So I don't know if Piet van Zyl was
Because
involved.
I would
don't
like,
know if
yeah,
Gary
I would
Posthumus
like,
was. I
I
don't
would,
know.
because it's he was quite surprised with Wade's move,
Yes.
and then if he was involved, obviously as a manager, he wants his athletes to run.
Yeah.
But I don't see him getting involved in this whole legal battle for someone.
I can
at a
imagine him
21-3.
listening in so that he
Yeah.
knows what's going on, but especially considering
it.
both his athletes involved
Yeah, I
in
was
the
about to say,
situation.
And the
Both
same
his
thing.
athletes,
That's
Yeah.
the
Wouldn't get too
the
involved.
scratch for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, if you look at Dambile as well, just to add to this, his season so far is, let's say, if I look at his May performances, 20.68. He went to Brazil, ran at 27. Went to Cameroon, 20.69. 9th July, he had a DNF in Ireland. So again, we've talked about form as to who must go and run at the Olympic Games. You know, pedigree, form. Did they qualify? I guess the form system works in this case because we want the athletes to be showing potential for medals, to not only just get there and participate, but also to really stamp your mark at those championships and put South Africa in the best position for medals. The decision is correct.
And this is normal in sport. It's just not normal in South African athletics because we normally don't have more than 3 qualifiers in an event. It doesn't normally come up.
That's
This
true.
is not an issue. Like whoever qualifies goes.
or two relays that can medal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
This has become really
just
complex.
the relays there involves then 10 people, the 2 relays.
Yes.
That involves 10 selections.
You got to pick people, right?
You got to
people are
pick,
gonna
and
lose
we
out.
actually have them.
It's a good problem.
Yeah.
We haven't. Yeah,
It is a good problem.
It's
It's
a
just
good
not one that
problem.
we're used to, but it's one that the Springboks are used to, right? Every time Rassie Erasmus picks a team,
Like,
people
hey,
complain.
why this
Yes,
guy?
but
Why this guy,
he's
not that
created
guy?
depth, Mabu.
Yeah, but
Big time.
it's subjective. He will back his decisions, but
Either
it's
way.
still subjective. He's got to decide based on what he knows, what he's thinking. And the same thing that Athletics South Africa has had to do. Their selectors have had to decide which 3 guys do we take.
And they back the relays. That's why they.
And I think
That's
that's
why
right.
they're backing Wade's.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is Wade's decision.
The reality is that Wade van Niekerk and Lux Adams don't have an opportunity for a medal in the 200 meters. Neither of them do. Let's be realistic here. Neither of them are going to even get into the final. So it comes down to what else do they offer? Lux Adams doesn't offer anything other than getting knocked out in the first round of the 200. Whereas Wade absolutely does offer more value in the 4x1 and the 4x4. Even if he gets knocked out in the first round of the 200, which he probably will. Like maybe not, maybe he gets through to the semis, maybe. But he's not the world's fastest 200 meter runner anymore. You know what I mean?
I think his form is a little bit better than the 20.3 that we've seen.
Yes, probably.
I think Ike was like he ran the exact same. Okay, there's so much going actually in my mind. I'm not going to be crystal clear with what I'm saying now because I'm doubting my own words. But both of them have broken the 20 many times. They ran first and second in that race. It was Monaco. That's right.
Yeah.
No. That was Madrid.
That was Madrid. Sorry, and it's not a very fast track either. It's sea level. Perhaps Wade is in sub 20
Maybe.
shape.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's
It's
in sub
possible.
20 shape.
And he's
I
got
do
the
believe he is. He's
experience.
got a 44 this year as well. And
He's also earned a medal in the World Championships 200 meters. Let's not forget that. In 2017,
but that's what I'm saying.
he
You
got the
can't
silver.
throw him out. He was so proud of that, and he started off as a 200 runner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
He was so proud of that 200 medal that he almost got gold.
Yeah.
So
And if you ever gave him the option, would you rather have the Olympic 200 meter title, the 400? Wade van Niekerk will take the 200
200 big
every time. He will.
Course,
He admits that
Of
himself.
course.
He loves the 200. He
So
loves the 100.
Why did the 400 choose me? I think every athlete says that.
Exactly. He hates the 400. So I think if ASA did approach him and said, "Hey, wait, maybe the 200, not the 4," he would have just jumped
Yes,
at
please.
it, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. And some relays. Yeah, let's do that. That seems to make more
Yes,
sense.
but okay. So let's get to the selection then of the 4x100 relays. Good lord.
Can we touch on some comments on Facebook?
Oh, we got some comments.
Yeah, so we've got Bertie de Klerk saying, I hope Benji does well. I believe, man, he's in the shape of his life. 100, 200. We're definitely gonna
Benji.
see-
Oh, Coach Willie. I saw him also at Kiro.
Yeah, coach.
He's from Swartkop.
Yep.
He coaches there, and he came and supported
Walaza.
Bayanda Walaza at his capping thing. There was a bunch of coaches there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Zenay van der Walt was also
Yeah,
there.
Zenay van der Walt,
What?
like
Maritza
I couldn't
Kutsia.
believe it. I couldn't, like, coaches in the community. Higu
Badenos, yeah.
Badenos was there. They all came to see this junior in his sprints earn that cap at Kiro.
Crazy.
It was amazing.
A few of my
beautiful.
colleagues were there as well. I was invited, but it was for a morning hall ceremony, and I don't get up that early. I wasn't there.
Yeah, but that's the ceremony.
But
They
journalists
had
were
a-
there. It was a big
Yeah,
thing.
They had
yes.
an all. It was actually very cool to see.
Yeah.
When you think of Kiro, you don't think of a sports school.
Yeah, that's why it's a
All
big
right.
moment.
And I think it's beyond being that it's an amazing moment because no other school in South Africa has a junior currently. Wherever Bradley Kuana was, but I don't think he's in school
Yes,
at
yes,
the moment.
yes.
Yeah, has somebody in the Olympics. But if you have a look at Kiro, they've got kids from Botswana. They've got kids of everywhere competing in
Yeah,
sport.
yeah, absolutely.
And you had some coming back from swimming champs. There was rowing champs. There's IPTs in the hockey. They had athletes participating in all these things.
Okay.
Their culture, the teams that they have in the culture is amazing, and they
Done
perform
great
very
work.
well in
Yeah.
various different competitions. But so they had this whole ceremony,
Excuse me.
which starts as a normal school day, and at the end the highlight was the capping, and it was amazing to see that kids go wild. When I say go wild, they were singing for him.
Okay.
So it was unbelievable.
Awesome.
So it was actually good to be back in school, the school assembly.
But I mean, like you can't praise someone enough for being 18 years old and
Gee
qualifying
whiz.
for the
My
Olympic Games.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
crazy.
phenomenal. It
And I
really
mean,
is.
it's
And he was on the scene last year, but you still didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
year
it's
really
incredible.
stepped up. Fantastic performance from him. We'll look at some more comments on Facebook. We've got, let's see, Leslie Teboho Mulefi saying SA will get a bronze in the 4x400 meter.
No.
Now let the
Lies.
people speak. Let the people speak. So he believes that. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Willy Engelbrecht says life is the X factor. I'm telling you, he is in maths the X that can be solved.
Yes.
X engasolveki.
No,
That
he
is-
definitely has that.
Yes.
He definitely has. We're jumping back to the 4x4. He definitely has that. I agree. But it's a very tough Yes, it's a very tough decision still. I'd rather have Wade. I'd have
the last leg?
at the last leg.
Yeah. I think
But
so
but
too.
then if you want to roll the dice properly, then start with Wade. You're gonna be in front,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be in front comfortably.
Yeah, no, we said we want Wade to anchor. You said you would consider him starting.
I always feel
Yeah, but
like
I'm
it's
saying
best
that's
to be
that's
chased.
the
the-
decision in it. That's the
that's
difference
also a
between.
mind game
To
for
me,
them,
that's
yeah.
the difference between gold and silver.
Bronze. Let's say gold and bronze.
If you
Maybe.
gave
Yeah.
if you gave the athletes a chance on the last leg, would you rather be ahead by 5
I
meters,
can't believe we
or would
took-
you rather
we-
be chasing by
I
5?
can't believe we're having a conversation about Wade not anchoring. but still, so it's a weird conversation to
weird
have.
conversation.
But it's relevant. It's,
Shows how
it's-
good Light Pile is.
No,
right? We wouldn't give
I
him
said
that kind
from
of
the
credit.
start, take nothing away from the kid.
Yeah.
Take nothing away, but it just shows you, like, how times the world record holder, we considering starting him or finish him. What do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a good. It's a good problem. I mean, it's a strong team. The guys are running this 44s. That's what we want to see. Zagiti Nene always pitching up. Life Pillay always pitching up. Wade, we know. And then that fourth person, we've got option Wesley. It's Nortje. Nortje is in form, as well as do we use Guardio? And I know Paul Horis will do what he needs to do to make sure he picks the right person. Sometimes you've heard the guys actually having to do a time trial on a 300 to make sure that they sift out and see who do we use. You know, that's good problems. You know, and that's what we want to see going into that. We have got another comment here by I think Ezekiel Sipeng had a comment earlier here. He was saying he likes that 4x4 which I selected. So it's
yeah, but I agreed with you.
Yes.
I'm just saying what a tough decision. Okay, let's rule this out. All right, and it's a little bit too early for me. I was going to do this a little bit later, Madims. Let's rule this out. Let me select what I would do.
Okay,
all right,
let's go.
My start. Life. My start's Life. Life Belay. I'd start him. Second, I'll run our third best runner. Then I'd actually, just before the end, I'd run our slowest one. Before that anchor leg. And then I'll give it to Wade.
That's my team exactly, yeah.
Now your team was...
You swapped second and third legs,
so
I think.
Your team wasn't starting
strongest?
Life. It was starting Wade, wasn't it?
No.
Okay, well then we
Life Pillay.
So I'm actually now changed my. That's why I said I don't want to do this right now. I said to you guys at the start, I don't want to. I want to just get another week. I just want to have another week to really ponder about it.
You were saying, don't be scared, Timber. Don't be afraid of the media.
No. Yeah, maybe. No.
No, you guys are on the same page here.
So, yeah, but I agreed with him just based on it. All that I would swap around with our team, I'd swap our third runner, our third best runner, to take the second leg.
Yeah.
Then I'll run our slowest runner.
Okay.
All right? Because if you run Wade, even though it's from fourth, all right? If you're going to run Wade and he's sniffing 15 meters on that guy, with his 200 speed, he's going to rope him quick.
He needs to anchor.
He's going to rope it. And then that last little bit of fight.
That's Wade van Nick.
That's Wade van Nick.
Put respect on his name.
Yeah.
So absolutely that. I mean, the nice thing about it is we've got a nice option between. I say start with Life. He doesn't, and he hands it over to Zagiti, who is between Life and Zagiti. They're swapping between second and third. Then you put in Guardio or Nortje into that fourth spot. So that's the.
But who would you run, Guardio or Nokia?
I'll go with Guardio.
Okay, great.
And then after Guardio, give it.
Oh, wait. But if I reserve all right to. to change my mind next week. I'm just saying.
It's so politically correct all of a sudden. Disclaimer.
What is the perfect disclaimer? If you can see there's some hot potatoes thrown your way, I reserve the right to comment at a further time if need be.
One of the things is that I don't think that Wade will make himself available for the heats. So they've got to get through that first round without him. I'm pretty sure. I
think it will depend on what happens in the 200.
Yes, and what happens in the 4x1 relay. There's a lot that's going to happen in advance before we know what's happening. Yeah. If he gets knocked out in the first round of the 200, then he has all the energy in the world. He should be available for both. Yeah.
We can get into all the finals with Wade and without Wade. That's what we all know.
I don't know how many medals we can win without Wade, though.
That's the question. Yeah. That's the beautiful question. Gentlemen?
Well, one thing I am organizing, bro, and I'm gonna make the call. That company called Gorilla Glue, we're definitely getting a sponsor for this team to hang on to that baton.
You don't want the guy to hold on and can let go now.
Okay, let's get back to the 4x1. Jeez, bro. Who do you start?
Okay, 4x1. Let me go in because my calculations in my mind, they serve me right.
Where's your list of the team? You have forgotten.
No, let me tell you. Okay, so I'll tell you who's in the team. Who's the possible
Yeah.
candidates for the
Okay,
team.
let's go Bayanda,
We've got Bayanda Walaza, right? We've got
Yeah.
Bradley Nkwana.
Nkwana.
Yeah.
We've got
Wade van
Wade
Niekerk,
van Niekerk. We've got Akani Simbini.
Simbini.
We've got
Benjamin Richardson. Sinisipo Dambile,
And Sean Maswangani.
and Sean Mashwangani.
Okay, so this
Put
is
him
my
in the
team.
4x4.
Yeah.
Hey, let's say if you run in the States, right,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
ready to run anything.
Sean, tell Sean about a phone.
It's all about the points at nationals,
He's
my
gonna
bro.
fight you.
And conference.
Sean Masangani.
No, I'm not,
You
that's
could run a
it.
quick
Patu
four.
Chedzo.
I would like to see him in a
Sub
4.
40.
He'll
46,
fight
man.
you with his life. He does not want to touch that.
No, he won't. No, it's just it was
Okay,
just.
so let me give
just
you my
a-
formation, right? Opening. You gotta open strong. You gotta open nice, baby. Oh yes, baby, yeah.
Okay,
I've
so you're
got
gonna say a name.
Sean Masanganye to open for me.
Yes.
Okay. He gives it over. For me personally, I'm giving it to Wade van Niekerk.
No.
Let him open. Don't know here. We'll hear your formation. I'm always on the money. I'm
All right,
telling
go,
you.
go, go.
Wade van Niekerk has the longest stretch. He's got the baton in his hand. He's moving. I'm telling you. And he will be wise enough to be able to control handing over to currently who is our fastest 200-meter runner, Benjamin Richardson. So he's eating bends for
At
for
3.
breakfast. At 3, yeah.
Mm.
Benji eats the bend. Nom, 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 snack, snack, snack. Hands it over to the man who has been splitting the fastest splits at these relays, whether it's world champs, whatever. Akani Simbini gets the baton and go Sigeleli Africa bom 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 Malopagani.
I like it.
Kondo.
You remember 3 years ago I wrote that article, We Can Win Gold,
Yeah, I remember. I was actually.
and I was
reading it a while back.
I was lobbying big time for Wade to start in this one, but I have it a little bit different.
Okay, let's hear your formation. I like mine.
I would,
Yeah, I like yours. It's good. I don't agree with you, but it's good.
yeah, I can see why you're thinking that way. I would actually go with Benji to start, Benjamin Richardson. I would go in the final. I would go then Sean Mashwangani in the back straight. Give it over to Wade van Niekerk. Give it over to Akani Simbine.
Sheesh, for South Africa, that'll be
Yeah.
a wonderful moment.
That's good.
That's my.
The two kings.
That's if Wade loves the 200 that much, what a better place to get the baton than on the 200-meter mark.
Have you ever seen that dude out the blocks?
That's a script.
Wade van Niekerk is one of the fastest starters on the planet. I don't know how fast he is now, right? Because he hasn't run 100 meters in how long, and he hasn't run
That's
many
right.
200.
Benji's got a 99 in his legs.
Yeah, he does.
That
he
takes
does.
some kind of start. Even at a 20.5, but okay, let's say he's got the confidence, he knows what's there. It's a 400-meter final. Blood's pumping. Put him in the blocks. Wade loves 200s. Put him at that bend. Sean is gonna eat up that back straight.
Yeah,
Sean's been running ankle legs or back straights in the States all season long. Leave the guy there. Leave the guy. If you think he shouldn't run the back straight, put AK there.
No. No,
AK leads this. I would
yes.
never change
Let me
that.
get to my
But
reasoning again.
I'm just trying to make a point. I'm saying don't fiddle with Sean in a bend. Leave him on the straight. Put Benji and Wade in the bends.
I want stability. Do you know why? We need that. I know Wade is intelligent and smart enough to make sure that he's gonna receive the baton from the starter, and he's gonna make sure
you
he
just
gets
put him
to
at
that
the
bend.
start. You
No.
start the way.
Wade is not start. Wade is not start? I said Sean is starting. He hits
Oh yeah,
it to
sorry,
Wade.
Sean.
So we already know this baton is definitely getting into second leg, and Wade will 100% make sure it gets to Benji. Now we're waiting for the baton to get to Wade and Akani. Our best two runners, they haven't touched the baton yet. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's be realistic here.
The thing is that all three of them, aside from Akani,
They should just not get stuck onto one another with the baton. That'll be it.
You guys want this?
Here you go. Okay.
We want this relay baton to get to our two best runners. Now you're waiting for the baton to get to Wade, and then you're waiting for it to get to Akani.
No,
it's too far, isn't it?
We have such a strong relay quartet with those 4 guys that those 3, it actually doesn't
What's
matter.
Facebook saying?
Whether
Let's check.
Sean Maswanganyi, Benji Richardson, Wade van Niekerk can all run fast bends. They can all start on the bend and they can all run the straight. It doesn't actually matter. You can run them in any order and we have a strong team. We really do. I would start with Wade just because he's so phenomenal at the blocks. If you stand at the start of a 100-meter race or a 200-meter race and you're watching the athletes coming out of the blocks, there's something specific that fast starters do where they drag their feet along the floor and you can literally hear it. You can hear it, exactly, right? It makes that scraping noise. Van Niekerk does that even in a 400. Even in a 400 he comes out the blocks like that. That dude can start. I would put him on the start. I would put Benji Richardson on the back straight. I'd put Sean Maswanganyi on the top bend and close with Akani. But again, I don't think it matters. You could put any 4 of them in any situation in that whole relay and we're in with gold as long as everybody runs well.
I think it matters, Wes. I think it matters. I do believe it matters. And Wade, you need to remember that's like your power card. Like, Wade, I choose you, you know? And you want him to have as much of a stretch to go and open up.
Yeah, where do you where do you think that decision is going to come from at the end of the day? Boris or the athletes?
I think it's Horis will have to decide. And the athletes will, listen, this is going to be a South African effort. It's not going to be an individual's effort. If people are putting up their hands, wherever the coach put me on, coach, is what we need from South Africa. No more selecting where.
Okay, so let's put it. What do you think Horis is thinking?
I think he likes my plan.
Khoris told me earlier this year that he fancies Wade more in the 4x1 than he does in the 4x4. I think that's an indication of how fast he thinks Wade is.
Wade is fast. We know.
He's super fast.
So if you give him the baton...
Whoa, hold up. Maybe Wade doesn't even run the 4x4. Everyone's 4x4. Maybe it's a 4x1.
Yeah. We have enough
with that
depth.
Sentiment.
We have enough depth.
With that
I think the 4x1 needs Wade more
what's
than
first?
the
4x4 or 4x1?
It's
usually the 4x1. I haven't looked.
Yeah, so you're going to go 100, 100, and then the 200 start, and then the 4x1?
Yes.
Good. Isn't it... So when's it...
No. I think the 4x1, then he'll run the 200, then the 4x4.
If it's like that, put Wade in. That 100's not going to do nothing. Nothing to his performance.
No, it shouldn't do anything.
But no, it can't be. It can't be. If I always think Bolt runs his 4x1 after the 200, so can he complete the treble? Well, let's check that.
We would have to check the schedule.
Check it for us, because that might give us an indicator. I know the 100 is done by the fourth.
Yeah.
I haven't checked when the 4x1 is.
Yeah.
So it should be the 100 and then the 200's done, then the 4x1s and then the 4x4s, because. A lot of 200 runners for this country would run the 4x4. So you would, I don't know.
I almost feel like it's a waste that Wade's even running the 200. You know, this whole issue with Lux Adams could just be simplified if Wade didn't run the 200. But he has to, otherwise he can't run the relay.
Why does he have to? I don't understand that.
Because we have too many relay runners. So Wade is our 6th reserve in the relays. So if you include Wade in the relays, you're taking other people out the team.
I think Wade is in the team, to be honest. He's not really necessarily a reserve.
He is.
But why does he have to run the 200?
No, but that's why he's not a reserve. It's because he's already in the 200.
He's already in the 4x4 because he ran at
but if he wasn't running an individual event, he would have to be a specific relay athlete. It just gives Paul Khoris one less choice. So by putting Wade in the 200...
Yeah, then you don't have to consider someone else.
An extra relay runner,
Thames,
just in case there's injuries.
You can do this, Thames.
Yeah, what we're looking for now is to see the order of actually when do they run the 4x4.
So the 4x4's on the 8th? No. What is it? Do you see?
We'll be checking. So the 200 meters. 200 meters starts on the 4th of August.
But, okay, can it be? So the 4th of August is the final of the 100 as well. So go down.
No, that can't be right.
That's the women's. There's the men's semi-final, and then the final is like an hour and 50 minutes later. Spot on. So go up. What 200? You might have seen the women's 200 start. So that's women's 200. Okay, cool. So go down a bit. let's have a look at this. So then you have men's 400 hurdles. There's a
You'll have to excuse us, folks. We should have looked at this before we did this podcast.
There it is. It's the day thereafter. So it's first the 100, then the 200 start, and then the magic question is when's the 4x1? Because now we know the 4x4 is later because the 400's on. There's the 400 final. Wait, go up.
Yes,
go
4x1. 4x1 start over here on the 8th of August.
on the 8th of August, and then the 200s are done. Yeah.
Is the 200 say okay? No, that's
200 meter final, and then the 4x1 heats, man.
How far
on
is
the
he
same day.
realistically going to get in the 200? Maybe second round. Maybe.
Maybe it surprises us completely.
Do you think so? I really don't think so. Yeah. He's going to have to go under 20
like I said
seconds.
earlier, he might be in sub 20 shape, and you never know.
It's possible. You can't count him out.
Yeah.
all right.
Jeez,
I hope that he's in such. Well, not. I don't want to say such bad shape. I hope that he's not as competitive in the 200 that he gets any further than one round. Just get knocked out and then focus on the relay. That's where we need him. We don't need him finishing fourth in a 200 meter semi.
You think ASA then requested him to false start?
So
But then-
people
then
have
you-
been
then
saying,
take
why
Adams.
didn't he do that in the 400?
No,
right?
That's. I think
Just
that's
false
no.
start.
That's against the spirit of.
And I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
what
you
we'll
could
live with.
convince an
Yeah.
athlete like Wade van Niekerk to false start
No,
or to run
it's
slowly.
against-
He's not that kind of
won't-
guy.
He won't. He's not the guy that will step up and do something if he doesn't want to compete.
Absolutely. He's there
Otherwise,
to
he would have come back and run a lot earlier after his injury.
And I'm sure in his own mind, he's thinking 200 meter final. I just don't think it's going to happen. I just
Let's
I
say
can't
it
see
happens. Let's say it
it.
happens.
It's possible.
And let's say he surprises the shit out of us.
Yeah.
You remember he was training with Lyles.
Yeah. He is.
All right. There's that little, or he is. There's that little. Not that I'm saying he'll beat Lyles, but Lyles did throw a couple of hits to him in the 400, saying that he would step up and break that record if he ever wants to do that.
Yeah.
Hell no. But it's all conspiracy that we creating our own mouse nest.
But anyways, with that, Olympics is gonna be the talk of the town. 8 days to go till those Olympic Games get started. We'll be looking forward to that opening ceremony where Kani Simbini will be carrying the South African flag, and this will be the man who will be steering the team towards glory. I mean, what an honor to be flag bearer of the entire South
Yeah.
Africa, and to carry that responsibility. as
I
well.
can't think in the entire team there's anyone that deserves it more.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, if you talk about deserve, he's
Yeah.
earned it. He's backed it. His consistency, he hasn't.
That's a
really let
major
us down.
honor.
Yeah.
If he ever wants to put a tattoo on himself, get that picture.
Picture of what? Carrying the flag.
Carrying the flag.
Yeah.
Everyone's an athlete with the Olympic rings.
Yeah.
Not everyone carries that flag.
That's true.
Yeah, and look forward to that. Is that it, gentlemen? Are we going to wrap it up here?
Yeah, we wrap it up, and then the next podcast, I'm going to come back with it a little bit harder. But we're going to have some athletes on here on the next podcast, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Or some guests as well. See who we can really include to stir the pot a little bit more. And Temba's telling me look in the camera when I'm speaking. But, that's Temba's job.
You've been like this the whole.
Yeah, because I'm speaking to you guys.
I'm doing the same thing. Am I
and I'm-
supposed to be looking at other
and I'm
things?
trying to take it in. Jeez, Tims, you had to be that one. Thank you. But you can hear the whole production crew. But yeah, from my side, thank you very much. It was lekker. Ezekiel, thanks for tuning in. Why don't we invite Ezekiel come and chat?
Yes, that's a good idea.
I think it's a great
if he
idea.
will join us.
If
No,
you
not
join us-
if we'll Uber, ne?
You might have to give him a whiskey or something.
Yeah, Uber. I would love to have a whiskey with Ezekiel
There you
Sepeng.
go.
Let's invite Ezekiel on the next one.
We'll try. We'll put it
Yeah.
out. He's
Let's
busy,
get
isn't he? Is he not going to Olympics?
He's
He-
not. I asked him the other day. He says
Well,
he's not.
he's not even. He should be a panelist.
Yes.
You should be a
Let's see
panelist.
what we can do.
Yeah, this is open for anybody. That's the beauty of this thing. I would love to give even my seat up just to have Ezekiel included. But we have 4 mics, don't worry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Nosweat.
Wait.
Oh, yes. Episode number 10 comes to a wrap. Gentlemen, thank you. Irvin Schmidt.
Thanks, Madeems.
Danko.
It's a pleasure.
Wesley Button.
Thank you, guys. One day Timber will get my name right.
One
Not
day.
today.
Not today.
Maybe
Wesley
tomorrow.
Button. That's the way, in the spirit of the French je ne sais
Yeah.
quoi.
It's like the
bonjour.
thing that the relays shouldn't drop. The baton.
You see why I use it like that? Exactly. So thank you for watching, guys. It's been an honor. It's been great. Let's get the conversation going. Yes, you might like what we say. Maybe you don't. But let's get the talk going. Athletics is a sport we love. We're passionate about it. And we're looking forward to have different people joining us on this panel because everybody's voice matters. Every opinion matters. Not all of them. But these are great ones. And I know you'll be talking for weeks and days to come. See you later. Take care. God bless.
Yeah, with no sweat.